Good morning, students. Welcome to the fourth week of lessons in Practical Research 2. Just a quick recap of the previous week's lesson. Week 3 discussion was all about the classifications or kinds of variables. We learned that the major classification of variables are as follows: numeric variables, categorical variables, experimental variables, non-experimental variable, and variables according to the number being studied. This week's topic is background of the study. This week's learning targets are as follows. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to identify reasons for conducting research, formulate research title based on the pictures projected on the screen, and design a research useful in daily life. What have you observed from the picture? What might be the reasons why our country suffers with so much traffic? What research problem can you generate from this? You may want to conduct a study on the effects of traffic on your city. To establish the background of your study, you need to discuss several aspects describing your topic. For instance, you may first provide a brief overview of the changes in the traffic situation in your city through the years. Then, you may discuss and determine the effects of heavy traffic on both passengers and motorists. Finally, you may explain the factors that contribute to heavy traffic in your city. Possible factors include the increase in the number of vehicles on the road and problems in the enforcement of traffic rules and regulations. Another important component of the background of the study is the establishment of the research gap. A research gap is an issue that has not been fully addressed by previous studies. Doing this helps you show where your research stands in the academic field. Here are the 4 components to consider in establishing the research gap of your paper. 1. The current state of the field. Explain that the general field in which your current study is situated remains to be a significant area of research up to the present. Point out that it continues to interest many researchers and practitioners. 2. The current and conventional practices in addressing the issue. Discuss the current practices being used by researchers, practitioners, or authorities within the particular field of study you are investigating. Make sure to explain the merits of these practices and their contribution to your field of study. 3. The research gap. Explain that there are other aspects under the topic which may not have been addressed by current practices and conventions in your field of study. It may be also possible that these established practices have failed to provide conclusive findings in investigating your chosen topic. Additionally, you may state that there are very few studies that have explored the area of your current research. Make sure that the research gap you have identified remains relevant and has not been addressed yet, otherwise, you will fail to provide a convincing justification for conducting your research. 4. The contribution of the present study in addressing the research gap. Discuss how your own study will help fill in the research gap you have identified. Filling the gap may be in the form of a new methodology or approach, or the development of a new perspective or theory. When starting with a research study, you should be able to choose what specific topic you want to tackle and what problem you want to address. By looking into these, you will be able to formulate your own research title that would best fit to the problem you would like to investigate. The title of the study is the first thing that readers will look. So it is important that you are able to pick a good and interesting title for your investigation. Step 1. Brainstorm for ideas. Choose a topic that interests you. Use the following questions to help generate topic ideas. Do you have a strong opinion on a current social or political controversy? Did you read or see a news story recently that has piqued your interest or made you angry or anxious? Do you have a personal issue, problem, or interest that you would like to know more about? Do you have a research paper due for a class this semester? Is there an aspect of a class that you are interested in learning more about? Write down any keywords or concepts that may be of interest to you. Could these terms be used to form a more focused research topic? Be aware of overused ideas when deciding a topic. You may wish to avoid topics such as abortion, gun control, teen pregnancy, or suicide unless you feel you have a unique approach to the topic. Ask the instructor for ideas if you feel you are stuck or need additional guidance. Step 2. Read general background information. Read a general encyclopedia article on the top 2 or 3 topics you are considering. Use periodical indexes to scan current magazine, journal, or newspaper articles on your topic. Ask a librarian if they can help you to browse articles on your topics of interest. Use web search engines. Google and Bing are currently considered to be 2 of the best search engines to find websites on the topic. Step 3. Focus on your topic. Keep it manageable. A topic will be very difficult to research if it is too broad or narrow. One way to narrow a broad topic such as the environment is to limit your topic. Some common ways to limit a topic are: by geographical area. Example, what environmental issues are most important in Mindanao? By culture. Example, how does the Subanan tribe practice their wedding ceremony? By time frame. Example, what are the most prominent environmental issues of the last 10 years? By discipline. Example, how does environmental awareness affect business practices today? By population group. Example, what are the effects of air pollution on senior citizens? Step 4. Make a list of useful keywords. Keep track of the words that are used to describe your topic. Look for words that best describe your topic. Look for them by reading encyclopedia articles and background and general information. Find broader and narrower terms, synonyms, key concepts for keywords to widen your search capabilities. Make note of these words and use them later when searching databases and catalogs. Step 5. Be flexible. Keep in mind the assigned length of the research paper, project, bibliography, or other research assignment. Be aware of the depth of coverage needed and the due date. These important factors may help you decide how much and when you will modify your topic. Step 6. Define your topic as a focused research question. You will often begin with a word, develop a more focused interest in an aspect of something relating to that word, then begin to have questions about the topic. It is common to modify your topic during the research process. You can never be sure of what you may find. You may find too much and need to narrow your focus, or too little and need to broaden your focus. This is a normal part of the research process. When researching, you may not wish to change your topic, but you may decide that some other aspect of the topic is more interesting or manageable. The following are some examples for you according to strand. STEM strand. Ideas, 5 stages of ethanol production. Research question, how is ethanol produced through its 5 stages production? Focused research question, Can meringue peel be used to produce ethanol through the 5 stages production? ABM Strand. Ideas, different styles of entrepreneurship. Research question: what are the styles of entrepreneurship? Focused research question: how has these styles influenced entrepreneurship today in generating income? How to write a research title. The title summarizes the main idea or ideas of your study. A good title contains the fewest possible words that adequately describe the contents and/or purpose of your research paper. The title is without doubt the part of a paper that is read the most, and it is usually read first. If the title is too long, it usually contains too many unnecessary words. Example: a study to investigate. The study and investigate are redundant terms. On the other hand, a title which is too short often uses words which are too general. For example, African Politics could be the title of a book, but it does not provide any information on the focus of a research paper. The following parameters can be used to help you formulate a suitable research paper title. 1. The purpose of the research. 2. The narrative tone of the paper, typically defined by the type of the research. 3. The methods used. The initial aim of a title is to capture the reader's attention and to draw his or her attention to the research problem being investigated. Effective titles in academic research papers have several characteristics. Indicates the subject and scope of the study accurately. Avoids the use of abbreviations. Use words that create a positive impression and stimulate reader interest. Uses current nomenclature from the field of study. Identify key variables, both dependent and independent. May reveal how the paper will be organized. Suggest a relationship between variables which supports the major hypothesis. Is limited to 10 to 15 substantive words. Do not include study of, analysis of, or similar constructions. Titles are usually in the form of a phrase, but can also be in the form of a question. What title can you formulate from the research problem we have identified earlier? Thank you for listening.